let's discuss about positive and normative economics in the coming slides. History of positive economics. The history of positive economics dates back to 19th century. It was during this time that idea of what is and what should be first identified by the early economists like John Keynes and John Stuart Mill. Keynes believed that logic and methodology were imperative in the study of economics, while Mill was an economist who blended economics with philosophy. Mill approached economics from data such as relationship between supply and demand rather than from an approach of value perspective. These early economists developed theories to back up their economic observation. They used factual evidences from economic condition to prove that theories to be true. These ideas were later adapted by contemporary economists such as Milton. Milton is considered to be one of the most influential economists of 20th century. He held a firm belief in the free market capitalist system, and his theory became known as monetarism. Milton Friedman was a strong opponent of monetary policy, saying that it played a big role in the Great Depression. Positive economics is thus a study of economics based on facts and is easily verifiable for the concerned authorities to approve or disapprove. It is an objective analysis that derives test statement which could be held true or false based on facts, figures, explanation and comparison that helped analysts to come to the respective conclusion. For example, the law of demand. The law of demand states if other factors remains constant, if price rises, the demand declines, and if price decreases, the demand inclines. This is a law of demand, and this is a positive economic statement because demand will rise or fall if price fall or rise in inverse proportional when other factors remains the same or constant. However, it is not an option. It is not a value based description of what could be. It is not even the judgment of an expert stating about the price and demand. Rather, it is descriptive statement that can be tested or verified and can be true or false. Economic or positive economics is a scientific study of what is among economic relationship. Positive economics statement can be proved either true or false. Let's take another example here to illustrate this. Suppose if I say the inflation rate rises when money supply increased. Now in this statement it is backed up by data and facts and figures. Let's say another example, higher taxes reduces business investment. For all these two examples, I can very well back up with the fact-based data. The cornerstone of positive economic practice is to look at the fact-based behavioral finance or economic relationship and the cause and effect interaction to develop economic theories. Behavioral economics follows a psychological based premise that people will make a rational financial choices based on information they find around them. So, the following takeaways you can take from this explanation is that positive economics is an objective stream of economics that relies on facts or what is happening. Conclusion drawn from positive economics analysis can be tested and backed up by data. Positive economic theory does not provide advice or instructions. Statement based on normative economics includes value judgment that we are going to talk about in the coming slide. Positive economics and normative economics can work hand in hand when developing any policy. So let's see now what is normative economics since we have used this term. Normative economics is not fact based or steered by cause and effect principle. It is based on ideological principle that expresses the condition of an economy when public policy changes are made. Unlike positive economics, normative economics cannot be tested for accuracy. An example of normative economic statement is government should provide basic health care to the citizen. As you can deduce from this statement, it is value based, rooted in personal perspective and satisfy the requirement of what should be. So here in this context, I have used the word the government should provide. So that clearly shows that it is my personal opinion that I am telling that it should provide. Whether it is true, false or how it should act upon, that is not yet mentioned. That is my personal perspective and satisfy the requirement of what should be. Normative economics is an opinion of economists who tells us what they think. It can be true for some and false for another. And these statements mentioned under normative economics aren't verifiable and cannot test them either. Normative economics is just the twin division of positive economics because without normative economics, positive economics doesn't cut it. Here's how. Let's say normative economic statement can influence policies that aims to increase the purchasing power and stimulate economic growth in a country. Normative economics, in other words, is concerned with exploration of what should be in an economy, offering a policy recommendation and addressing ethical consideration. It helps guide decision-making process by advocating for desired economic outcome based on the societal value and the welfare consideration. Then how is normative economics related to positive economics? Let's say that a country will decide on its financial policy. The authority talk to the expert and ask them to send a report on the country's current economic scenario. They follow suit. Now then the authority asks the expert economist what the country should do in the current situation. The economist or the expert take time to give their suggestion and recommendation, and the authorities agree with the suggestion offered by the economist, and that's how the policy is made. In the above scenario, you would see that there are two parts. The first part is all about what is, and then the next part is all about what can be. The first part is based on positive economics because there is no judgment or opinion in the first part. However, in the second part comprises up of your judgment, opinion or suggestion based on the value and understanding of the fellow economists and their judgments. If one part is missing from the another scenario, it would be impossible to create policy. We need both even as a business. If a business sees that its products are getting sold more in the upper market, it will try to push sales as much as possible. The first part of the business is purely informational descriptive statement, meaning it is based on positive economics. The last part is completely value based, for which the business starts to sell its product in the upper market and is based on normative economics basically. Let's take few examples to illustrate normative economics in a more detailed way. The economist of UK mentioned that UK would be more capital intensive country if it would allow more foreign nationals to build their businesses. But why do the economist of UK mention the above statement? There is another statement before economist said so, and it is a statement that with fall under economic, or you can say which will fall under positive economics. Let's look the positive economic statement. Positive economic statement said it is reported that percentage of foreign businesses in UK is quite lower than US. As we mentioned positive economics, it has become clear as why the economist said that the economy of UK, or they mentioned it why it should be capital intensive, etc. So it is very well dependent on the positive economics statement as well. And that is why the combination is needed. Hence, a positive economics talks about factual statement and analysis. These statements either happened or are subject to verification. Normative economics, on the other hand, talks about what would be the next step. Since one is portraying the fact, the another is articulating what one should do in a given situation, and the combination of both of these help the policy makers and the planners. If we present a single statement, it doesn't make sense. What would we do only with the fact if we know the fact? If we do, or if we only present the judgment, there we'll be making some sense to it. Since positive economics helps the economist look directly into statistics, they may test whether this is true for all the situations. If yes, they give their recommendation based on that. If not, they change their approach and other different suggestions. In both the cases, normative economics is applied. In the coming slides, we will be talking about economic structure, wherein we will be talking about market economy, command economy and other mixed economy. Thank you.